Howdy folks, you are at musicwithryan.com. I'm of course Ryan, and today the lesson will be the song Drifting Too Far from the Shore. And I first heard this song 10 years ago when I was listening to Old and in the Way, bluegrass band, perhaps you're familiar or not. Peter Rowan, Jerry Garcia, David Grisman, Vassar Clements, okay? So if you haven't, you should check it out. But this is one of the tunes that stuck with me, along with many others, from that album and from that band. And this song is kind of a sad, lonesome song, and it's done really, really slow. I put together a nice little Carter-style arrangement. It gets a little bit outside of the box for Carter-style, but kind of driven in that style. And I just wanted to pass that along to you guys for this tune. And this is a preview lesson for the full-length version that's available over my website. So if you hop over there and you purchase that, you'll receive 25 minutes, maybe a little more, of video, PDF tabs, and 3 backing tracks, okay? And this song is usually done pretty slow, and so I just have 3 instead of 4, and the tempos are kind of close together. So, and at the end of my videos, which I've been trying to do more of now, is play live performance tracks. So I'll play slow and maybe a little bit faster than slow, of me playing the arrangement, so you can see and hear it up close, and yeah, just right on the spot, and you can play along with that all you want to, along with the backing tracks. So anyway, if you like what you see, please subscribe, make a comment on the video, hop over to my website and check out all the material I have over there. I have tons of stuff, and the library continues to grow. So thank you for watching, thanks for your support. And let's walk through Drifting Too Far from the Shore in the key of G. Here we go. Alright, so let's go ahead and walk through Drifting Too Far from the Shore in the key of G. And again, we are in 3/4 time, as you see off to the left there. So 3 beats per measure. And this one starts on beat 3. Okay, so let's go ahead and I'll play through the first 4.5 measures, and then we'll break them down. So here they are. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, that's exactly the measures there. One more time. 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, so we got a lot of double stops there, and you see me fingered a couple different ways, and so kind of want to do what's best for you. There's 2 ways that I guess are appropriate and would make sense, and so we'll go over that here. So again, it starts on beat 3, 0, 2 on the G string. So like 1, 2, just like that, down, up. And then 3, 4. So 3rd fret on the B string, 4th fret on the G string. I'm going to use 1 and 2 here. I would recommend doing that for sure. And that's, if it has a circle around it like it's showing, that means it's a half note, so it gets 2 counts. So just like 1, 2, and then we have 2 eighth notes. 3 and down, up. 1, 2, down, up. 1, 2, down, up. And that next measure is going to be double stops on 2nd fret in the G string, 3rd fret on the B string. And by the way, when I say double stops, again, I just mean you're playing 2 notes at the same time. So that's a double stop, you know. Triple stop would be 3 notes at the same time. So, 1, 2. So I'm kind of using my 2nd finger as my guide. My 2nd finger never comes off the neck. Now you could also use your 3rd finger instead of your pinky when you get to the first note over the top of the D chord. I did my pinky there again, but you could third finger. I've been leaning more towards the pinky now for whatever reason, but it's as long as you're using one or the other, you're going to be just fine. Just got to choose. So I'll be using my pinky there, I think, most of the time. So far we have 1, 2, 2. Okay, just back and forth. 1, 2, 3. And then going on, play double stops. G and B we played open. And then we catch the G chord. And then this little... So right there, a lot of times when I'm doing eighth notes, when I'm doing hammer-ons and pull-offs, they are eighth notes. But in this case, we have a 16th note. And it sounds really cool when we're playing in 3/4 time to kind of do this type of G run or G lick with 1, 2 hammer-on or slide. You could do a slide there, which I have written, I believe, but you could hammer it on. And so 1 E and, that's the count there, 1 E and it gives it a nice, just, gives it a nice feel when you kind of do the 16ths there in 3/4 time. So that'll be a reoccurring thing. So that's just 0, 1. Sounds a little weird right now, but once we'll walk into the 2nd fret there, of course. But yeah. Okay, so I was just going on there. Sorry. So let's go over those 4 measures again. 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2. Okay, and you can play. Sorry, another option here. I hate to give you too many options, but you can play G like this or G like this. I'm going to lean more towards this one, but you can use either one. It's totally fine, okay? So don't let that hang you up or anything like that. And as you heard, I had all those double stops sound really connected and flowing. They're not choppy, or not trying to be choppy anyway. Trying to be really smooth and legato, and they're kind of sliding back and forth. Yeah, I don't really want that effect, if possible. 1, 2. Just real smooth right into each other. So that takes a little bit of time to get used to, and just kind of muscle memory in the left hand. But it can be a pretty cool effect. Measure. Alright. But just again, that 16th little hammer on, I just want to do that a couple more times. Or slide. So I can just down, down, down on the right hand. And some guys, they'll do, in the right hand, they'll do a rest stroke. Meaning they'll land on the next string below it as they're plucking, as opposed to just kind of picking. It's hard to see, perhaps, but I didn't land on the string there. I free stroke, kind of technical term, but if you do the rest stroke, if you can kind of see my right hand, and it gets a real fat G run. That can be super cool. People like Del McCurry, or any Tony Rice, or anybody who plays some good old bluegrass guitar is going to be doing that with that G G run. Especially, again, this is a really slow song in 3/4, so you have time to do that. Sometimes when the song's moving fast, it's not always easy. But that's called a rest stroke. And that's a pretty cool little technique that you can do to kind of fatten up the G run. Okay? So let's do those 4 measures again. 1, 2. My fault. 1, 2. And I really don't need to take it much faster than that. This song is usually done pretty slow.